Change the whole mindset of life and short.
You're right, you do got to change your whole mindset. You know the reason why we ended up in the hoods and the ghettos and stuff, bro, is because in the Bible, God got a certain people that he chose, right? He chose these people. And these people, he gave them a law, right? He told them if they keep this law, they'll be blessed, right? But if they don't, they'll be cursed, right? Read that for me. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So, these people that he's talking to, they are called Israelites, the Israelites, or Israel in the Bible. You will hear him say that all the time. But he told Israel, hey, if you don't keep my commandments, curse is going to come upon you. They're going to they're going to overtake you, right? They're going to pursue you, right? And they're going to destroy you. Let's read one of the curses. Let's read the first curse he gave us. Read that.
Curse shall thou be in the city.
You know, we just was talking about, right? When you go to Macon, to Columbus, Starkville, it's predominantly us in the hood, ain't it? Right, because God said, if you break my commandments, then I'm going to curse you, right? And the curse is going to be putting you in the hoods, right? That's why we live in the rundown houses. Our roads never fixed. It's trash everywhere, right? Let's keep reading, though. Let's make it real plain. Read that.
And curse shall thou be in the field.
Now, we from Mississippi. We already know Mississippi got a real bad history dealing with slavery, right? Who was in the field? Shit, you see how much sense that make? God said that was going to happen to us, right? Read verse 30.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Now, during the time of slavery, right? You seen some of the movies, or you even heard about it. If you had a wife back then and master wanted to sleep with her, what could you do? It say, thou shalt betroth the wife, and another man shall lie with her. Now, let's say masters decided to...
Wasn't there something like some kind of payment stuff that they did back then?
Payment? What you mean payment?
You know, like you said about the black slaves.
Yeah.
You know, we at that time we really weren't getting paid.
No, we weren't getting paid.
And the white people, you know, they wanted to do us how they were doing us and stuff like that. But like when you said on that part, it just was putting in my head like, so they really were doing it. And letting people just sleep with other people, husbands, that would do nothing about it.
Well, that was a curse. He said, if you had a wife, either the white man was going to sleep with her, or he was going to sell your wife to another plantation where another slave master was going to sleep with her, or that slave owner was going to give your wife to another slave. You see what I'm saying? But that's in the Bible, though. Read that again.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Who built the big house for Master? You think Master was out there working and sweating and building his own house? Nah, that was us. Who you think built up America? The slaves did. You ever heard off the backs of the blood, the sweat, and the tears of the slaves? That was us who built the White House. We built their treasure cities. We built Washington, D.C.
Right.
We built up L.A. We built up Miami. That was us. Right, but where we live in those cities is in the hood. We live where the trash at. We live where the ran down houses, right? The broken homes, right? Give me that, give me verse 48.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Read up.
Therefore shall thy serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So he said, because we broke the commandments, he said, you're going to serve your enemies, right? Now in slavery, did we have to serve a group of people? Who do we serve? Who do we call master in slavery?
White man.
So we was his servants, right? We had to serve white people, right? We was the ones cleaning their houses, taking care of their kids. He said you was going to have to serve your enemies. What did he call a white man? Yeah, but what did he call it in the Bible, though? He called them our enemies. See, today we don't see him as the enemy. You want to know why? Because this the white man to us. You know, who is that? What's his name? That's Jesus, right? At least that's what we've been programmed to think.
Right.
So how can I be mad at this man for doing this to me when the man that's supposed to save me look just like him?
Right.
Because it really, I mean, Jesus is the only somebody that really can judge you. I mean, that's why I say I don't see why when people go to jail, why they give people judgment when God's supposed to be on the judgment.
Now you see how ironic that is? You said Jesus is the only person that can judge, but we go to the court, you can't tell that to the judge, right?
Right.
Why? You can't do that. The judge can judge you. So it's men set up on earth that can judge you. Matter of fact, give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 16 real quick. 16 verse 18. Let me show you.
Bring it out.
Reading Deuteronomy, right? And this is pertaining to Israel or the Israelites, right? Let me show you what God said to do. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 18.
Bring it out.
I will write.
No, 16. I think it was 19.
Chapter 16, verse 18.
Oh, no, go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 18.
Bring it out.
Judges,
He said what?
judges, and officers shall thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
He said, judges shall you and officers shall we make in all our gates, that the Lord is going to give us. And what these judges going to do? Read that.
Judges and officers shall thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people.
They should do what?
Judge the people.
You see how I say they shall judge the people, so we can judge. But we have to, give me on Deuteronomy chapter 1 and read verse 16. I think it's verse 16 or 8. Let me see. Yeah, right here.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Verse 16. And I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear thee, because between your brethren and judge righteously.
He said the judges are supposed to hear the causes between the brothers and do what? And judge what?
Judge righteously.
We're supposed to judge righteously. So when we judge, it's supposed to be righteously. So we can judge. Now let me show you something, bro. You did something on your own, bro. Let me show you how y'all know the Spirit working with you. Give me that in 1 Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. You just did something on your own. I didn't even have to tell you this. Read it. I want to know why you did it. Read that. Chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Read that for me.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Bring it out.
But I would have you to know that the head of every man is Christ.
So you a man, right? Who is the head of the man? Jesus Christ, right? Keep reading.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. So who is the head of the woman? The man. So right now with the order, think about it with me. You got Jesus, and who come next? The man, right? And then who come after the man? The woman, right? Okay, keep reading.
And the head of Christ is God.
So let's start over. So you got God, you got the woman. So that's the order. God just gave us the order, right? So the head of the man is who? Christ, right? Keep reading.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonored his head.
So when the Bible is coming out, or you praying, or somebody is prophesying, and you got your head covered, you dishonored your head. Who is your head? Christ, right? So when you have your head covered in the Bible coming out, you showing dishonor to Christ. You took your hat off, bro. I don't even know why, but you showing honor to Christ right now. That's a sign of repentance. And I ain't even had to ask you to do that. That's how I know the Spirit working with you.
I grew up in church.
You grew up in the church? A lot of us did. But let me show you, bro. The church ain't really teach us nothing. They ain't teach us the truth at all. Right, because I asked you who this was, and guess who you told me? You said that was Jesus. But that's all we've been taught, right? That's what we've been taught, that's Jesus. Let me show you what Jesus really looked like. Give me that in our Revelation. Let me show you what Jesus really looked like. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1 for me.
This book of Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
All right, so he gave this to Jesus to show to his servants, right? Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Jesus' head and his hairs were white like wool. Is this picture, do this picture got white woolly hair anywhere? Like, what is woolly hair? Tell me, what is woolly hair? Think about a sheep. Think about cotton. Who got hair like that? Well, other than Jesus on this earth, walking this earth right now, who got hair like cotton? Sheep? Yeah. Who got hair like that? I'm gonna give you a hint. Today, they will call it nappy. We got hair like that, right? You got wool on your hair right now. He got wool. He got wool. You see what I'm saying? We as black people, we the ones that have woolly hair. Woolly hair more looks like an afro, right? It look like, just put a whole bunch of cotton together and dye it black. What that look like? That look like an afro, don't it? All right, so read that again.
14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
So he had woolly hair and it was white like snow. You got a granddaddy or older uncle, you see their hair start turning white, right? That's what Christ's hair looked like, right? Keep reading.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So every time I seen Jesus, he got blue eyes, right? Blue eyes, right? But the Bible said that he was going to have eyes as a flame of fire, meaning the tints of his eyes was going to be red, tinted red, right? Keep reading.
And his feet like a fine brass.
Now it's talking about his feet. If you check off your shoes, is your feet going to be the same brown as your face? Your whole body is going to be particularly, if you got white feet or pink feet, predominantly your body going to be different shades of pink, right? But if you got brown feet, your body going to be different shades of brown, right? Because some parts of your body get more exposure to light, right? But the whole body is brown, right? So his feet, it said, is read his feet again.
And his feet like a fine brass.
So what color is brass?
I want to say like a dark gold.
Like a dark goldish color, right? You ever seen like a penny?
Yeah.
That's like brass right there.
Yeah, more brass.
So imagine a person that got a body that looked like a penny. What color would he be today? What color would you say? You would look at him and be like, that's a black man. You got the color of a penny right now. You look like brass right now, right? But let's see how dark that brass was that Christ looked like. Read it.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So he got feet that's brown, right? But they so dark they look like they was burnt in a furnace. So what color would Christ be? Do this look like brown that was burnt in a furnace? Nah. But look, if you come over here, everything we just read, this guy kind of look like it. He got the woolly hair, don't that look like cotton?
Yeah, but you really, I mean, since I've been coming up, I ain't never questioned, how God looked or what color he was. But you got more people saying God black, God this and that. I just walk away because, don't nobody know what color he is, to be honest.
But what if we just read it out of the Bible? I ain't saying that I physically seen him myself, but I can show you, hey, I just showed you that we went into slavery in the Bible, right? And what was going to happen to us? We going to end up in the hood. We was going to have to serve our enemies. Hey, boss man, what's your name?
Wayne.
Maine? They call you Maine? Hey, my name Eliab, bro. What I'm showing him right now is a couple of things. I was showing him how the curses in the Bible that was pertaining to the Israelites really fall on us. It really fits us. And right now I was just doing a brief intermission where I was showing him out of the Bible that Christ looks more like this man than this man. Now look, all your life, right, you've been taught or subliminally or subconsciously taught that Christ was a white man, right? But we never questioned that. Tell me, why is something in you when you hear somebody say Christ is a black man, you walk off? Why when you see this on the TV or when I asked you who this was, you was like, I don't know who that is. The first thing you told me was that's Jesus, because that's been programmed in you. So obviously you programmed. So you obviously been programmed to think when somebody bring up Christ as a black man, I need to get the hell away from that. Why?
I don't want an Israelite family. You part of Israelite.
I'm the type of person, I like to go off stuff, by eyesight or from reading or something like that.
Right. So we just read out the Bible that Christ is a black man. And we can't physically see Christ today. You know where Christ lives?
Is you an Israelite?
Yeah, we are Israelites. You an Israelite too.
I know about it.
You know about it. Now tell me this, since you know about it, hold on.
I gotta go.
No, hold on, man. Man, don't you walk away from me. Hold on, man. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10 real quick. Man, I want to see something, man. Man, 1 second. Come here, man. 10 and 12. We're going to read 12. Hey, man. Hey, man. Oh, you been drinking? Dang, it's too early for that, man. He said, nah. Hey, but look. We the Israelites, right? And we can prove it out of the Bible. Let me show you what God said to the Israelites real quick. Read that in Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear thee?
He said, what does the Lord thy God require of you? The first thing he said is to fear God, right? Keep reading.
But to fear the Lord thy God, To walk in all his ways.
To walk in all his ways.
To love him. And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Now, how do you do that? God is going to sum it up for us right now. So what's required of us is to do all those things, right? But how do you do those things?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So he said, in order to do those, you have to keep the commandments. Now, we just read the reason why we live in the hoods, the reason why we was in the fields picking cotton, the reason why Master was able to sleep with our wives, the reason we had to serve them in the first place is because we broke the commandment.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Officer Benaiah, IUIC Tupelo, Mississippi Camp. Make sure you subscribe to IUIC Tupelo's YouTube page. Like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. And all the rest of our social media. Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.